the win against Tulsa, they have looked better every game. They improved from Tulsa to Akron. They improved from Akron to Rutgers. They improved from Rutgers to Maryland. And they improved from Maryland to Indiana. Big defensive performance. Offense was absolutely locked in for the first half. 44 points in the first half. The game was over, beyond over, by the time you got to the whatchamacallit, the second half. 1 second, I'm fixing my Wi-Fi. I'm trying to have less things going on with the Wi-Fi because it said I had like a Wi-Fi warning. So I'm just making sure the stream is nice and smooth. Got the baseball game on the side. But yeah, I want to hear anyone in the chat. What are your thoughts? Cheryl says, "Go Bucks." Yep, go Bucks. Looking really good. 6-1 record. I mean, can we just throw our hearts out to the poor people in Bloomington? You know, it's a Saturday night in October. The weather is miserable. The game is miserable. Just a bad night. At the very least, the Indiana students and fans that went out to Memorial Stadium to watch the game in Bloomington, they were able to, leave after the first few minutes of the second quarter. They're able to go back to their dorms, get ready for some parties on campus, get some sleep for Sunday, get drunk if they wanted to, do it responsibly, of course. But goodness gracious, poor Indiana, those poor fans. They went out there, they thought it was going to be like, oh, this is going to be fun. Maybe we'll score some points. Nope. No, they got nothing. Is this really the Indiana team that they thought they could hang with OSU? No, I mean, Indiana was not ever going to hang with OSU. I think let's be realistic there. This was going to be an OSU win. The defense just impressed. The defense played really well. Nice to see Haskell Garrett back. The amount of sacks. Also, Indiana, they couldn't hold their own footing on the field. They kept slipping. The ball kept slipping out of their hands. They couldn't tackle TreVeyon Henderson. TreVeyon Henderson is the best running back ever in the rain. It's confirmed. He literally couldn't get tackled. They needed like 5 guys to tackle him in the rain. It wasn't even a competition. Not to mention, anytime Stroud was in the pocket, he was firm to the ground. He wasn't slipping. He was throwing dimes. Everybody was catching balls. Everybody was catching touchdowns. Indiana's defense couldn't do anything. Nobody could do anything against anybody for the Hoosiers. Ohio State just walked right through this game. No problem at all. They are looking very good. Thought the D looked great. It was Indiana, but they dominated. The O was almost flawless. The backups got some playing time. Good week. Very good week. I have no sympathy for them. They were chanting F Ohio. Jordan. That's fine. I get that. I get the no sympathy. I just, I clap for the people that braved the rain and the cold temperatures. Hopefully they don't get sick. They probably won't get sick because they were all gone by the second quarter. So they probably spent no more than an hour outside in that dreary weather watching Ohio State offense destroy them. I mean, from an Indiana standpoint, I think their equipment guys need to reevaluate their cleats in rain. Maybe get some, stronger studs. Maybe get some glue on there. Ohio State's equipment guys were on top of it. Nobody was slipping. Nobody was really fumbling. It was smooth as can be. No problem. Rain, nothing. Hello, Sage. Shut their asses up. Defense playing more discipline, running more to the ball. Absolutely. Yep, Cheryl, I agree. Ohio State defense, this I think was their best game this season. Against a Big Ten opponent, holding them to a touchdown, and it only came in the first quarter. They basically held Indiana scoreless for 3 quarters, nearly 4, just one drive where Indiana scored. And during that drive, they injured their starting quarterback, which hopefully Jack Tuttle gets better. I mean, when you talk about bad games, you look at the Hoosier stats. Their starting QB, Jack Tuttle, 41 passing yards, a touchdown, 4 of 7 throwing. Grant Gremmel played 3 of 4 for 9 yards as a QB. That is sad. I could do better than that. And Donovan McCulley, 1 of 6 for 30 yards. Leading rusher had 17 yards. Leading receiver had 35 yards. And then you compare that to Stroud, who had 266 passing yards. Smith and Jigba had 99. It's just nothing. Utter destruction. Literally was utter destruction. Ohio State called any play they wanted. They could do whatever they wanted. There's literally nothing that Indiana could have done to respond to it. The Hoosiers were just basically out there to get pummeled. They couldn't do anything. And I mentioned at the very beginning of the stream, this is one of the most lopsided football/sporting events I've ever seen. I've never seen a football game where it's like the entire first half, one team literally gets 3 and outs every drive, and the other team is just scoring touchdowns every drive. Great improvement. They're getting off their blocks. I wanted to see 4 sacks from the D, and I think we doubled that. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, no, OSU's getting better every week. And there is definitely going to be people around the country that are going to say that Ohio State might be playing as the second best team in the country behind Georgia. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. The way they played today against Indiana and the way they've improved in the past weeks. How